So even though I've done all these quests before, I'm just going to go through it all as if it's the first time. This is the Kingsmouth zone that you start in and get a flavor for the types of creatures you fight, the kind of quests you do, the characters and cutscenes, so I won't skip any of those.
This forest crawls. Gets my fingers itching for two matters. One, the other, figuring out a way to keep them down. It ain't right the way the dead walk the earth. They deserve their 6 feet, same as everyone else. I'm sworn to keeping guard here, and you've got places to be. Nothing's stopping you from culling the herd as you go. Hell, figure out what makes them tick, and how to make that ticking stop. And I'll buy you a beer at the apocalypse. So go on, kid. Saddle up. The end of the world waits for no man.
Once I get to town, I'll go over the skill system a little bit, maybe help that guy out. No, he's alright. Just kill some zombies. With lower level skills and gear, that will generally take quite a bit longer. Following the quest is pretty easy. They have nice directions, depending on the quest type. On this one, it's pretty easy. So there's someone doing that one already. I'll start this gas can going. First I'll... I'm on fire! So you can only have one main quest at a time and 3 side missions. So these little blue ones are side missions. There we go, I'm not on fire anymore. Okay, grab the ammo from the pickup, bring it to town. Find Deputy Andy. And my main quest... Oh, examine half-eaten corpses. Is that half-eaten? Uh-oh. Like most games, you want to stay out of the junk on the ground. Just hit V to loot stuff. Your quests display very nicely on the minimap. There we go, I found survivors. And then you just turn in your quest like that. Maybe I'll... try out a little hammer time. And until the 17th of this month. There's like double XP going on. So, hey, well, hey. Now I need to find Deputy Andy, who I believe is on the roof. Because where else would a deputy be? Deputy Andy.
It sure is good. You should look in on Sam Krieg at the lighthouse. He's a bit cranky, but he's all by himself.
Place the ammo in the ammo box.
Come back and see me sometime.
And send in a report, get more experience, and win the game. No, sorry, that's not it. So I was gonna head downstairs and do the sheriff quest, but Deputy Andy is a really interesting character and gives you some nice flavor for some of the goofiness that's going on. I think it's his second quest that's more amusing, but that's alright, we'll listen to him.
Jeez, you never saw anything like this in the cop shows. Well, maybe on cable, not the network ones.
They give them
You
these
wouldn't know
great,
from
super
looking out there,
realistic
but
New England
before the
accents.
Wicked bad fog rolled in.
Wicked bad.
Smith was a sleepy little burg. Nothing stronger on the streets than a hot cup of coffee and chocolate glazed donuts from Susie's. The occasional DUI or domestic disturbance. Human sacrifice. But every town has a dark side, right?
What town doesn't have some human
We sure
sacrifice?
are getting a heaped help in the darkness now, eh? The Walking Dead and worse besides taking over our town. Us survivors hold up in here, hoping it's all just a bad dream and we'll wake up to the smell of bacon and maple syrup. But unless someone ups and does something, and soon, all we're gonna wake up to is the smell of rotten flesh. And I don't need another thing to remind me of my dad. Halloween does bring back the memories, eh?
So now I'm gonna help out a little bit with the zombie problem. As I mentioned, for most new characters this won't be quite this easy. Defend the barricade. Should be a zombie horde coming. Here we go.
Before they do. See if you can't head them off at the northern barricade. We got some more trouble on the south barricade.
Can have some very diverse outfits. Come on, zombies.
The south side now. We got some more trouble on the south barricade. They're taking that southern barricade apart. Good job. We held off the undead hordes for another day.
big dude. Big lobster claw dude. And he's down. Oh. No credit. That's no good. There we go. There we go. Some of the jumping animations are a little odd. They kind of grow on you, I think. My typing is terrible. Alright, so I'll send in my report, even though I'm right next to him anyway, but it's just nice that you can turn in all the quests remotely like that. And so there are a bunch of, this is like all the items that your character can equip. 2 weapons. You start the game with 1, but you pick up another one here in town really quickly. 3 talismans, 1 head, 3 major, 3 minor. Like all mine are much better than what you get in this starting place, but generally you can choose between one that has a bunch of health, one that has a bunch of health attack rating, and one that has a bunch of heal rating, depending on whether you want to be like a tank, do damage, or heal people. So I'll just take one and I'm gonna show very quickly how you disassemble stuff. So crafting. You just take any item. I might use that hammer later. So this is not useful for me. You can see it does the stats comparison to what you currently have equipped, which is really nice. And mine's much better, so I will just drop it over there. You click on disassemble, and then you get all the base parts for it. So I'm going to do the same with that one. Disassemble, and from any of these sort of crafting items, each 5 of these is like 1 of 1 level higher. So if I do that to that, you'll see that turns into an imperfect dust. Base goes to imperfect. Once you get 5 of these and you go and assemble them, essentially it goes and turns into just a regular dust, and then I assume that that just keeps going up and up, and sadly this stuff can end up being really chaotic in your inventory. Kind of a pain to keep straight. Might get rid of that fist item. So there are 2. Oop, I don't want to move that around. Disassemble. There are 2 imperfect metals. Make 2 normal metals. And you can just click that button and it resorts your inventory for you, which is pretty cool. So, skills. This is kind of a weird one. This is the skill tree. There are 9 different kind of weapons that you can use, and so you can have a single character that knows absolutely every ability in the game, and you just switch them out pretty easily by going into here. So I can take any skill that I want to from any of these types of weapons that I've learned and move them into one of 7 active and 7 passive abilities that sort of combine in different ways, and there's a ton of variety. I think it ends up being similar to like the Elder Scrolls Online in how diverse you can be. But right now there are also different decks, which are kind of like pre-suggested sets of skills, and once you've filled in all of those suggested skills, you unlock the particular outfit. So you can see I've actually gone and unlocked the outfits for all of the starter decks except for that one, which I don't really care for the look for. It's very easy to change into any of those uniforms. So like there, Trickster, Polarizer. That's not a bad outfit. I wear that sometimes. You can just double click and it'll essentially use that. That's like, there are 3 primary factions: Dragon, Templars, Inquisitors. I'm a Dragon, and that's like the main outfit for my faction. And all the rest of these are deck outfits, except for once you finish 30 quests, you get a bunch of like in-game money that you can buy an outfit with, and I bought that outfit, like a ninja assassin sort of thing. So if you don't want to wear a full outfit though, there is like a crazy amount of diversity in outfits you can wear. You can see I got this shirt, it's like a little Cthulhu, because I bought it through Steam. This jacket is the jacket from one of those outfits, so you get all the individual items from those outfits. I'm wearing like some Converse All-Star shoes, and when you complete certain quests you get, so like I finished all the quests in this town, so I got that hat. So I think that's it for that. This is like faction. You level up with your faction and it unlocks different vendors, and I'm level 5 with mine right now. So I'll talk to Deputy Andy again. I think this is the more amusing of the two.
Good to see you.
You can see you can redo these quests, but only within a certain time period. Like, I can't do this quest again for another 17 hours and 53 minutes, which is fine. But it does let you go through the same content again if you need to get experience points to level up your abilities. And actually, one more thing on the abilities. You can see there are 2 different things. There are the skill points here, and you can sort of see you get skill points, but each one of these skills costs more and more points. And so this is the inner circle. Once you've unlocked all of these, you can start buying these. Damn loud seagulls. But then they end up getting pretty expensive. Like the highest level ones for each of these little sub dots are 50 AP, 50 ability points. But if you just save up a little, I think it goes pretty fast. Like I burned a lot of ability points by opening up a lot of different stuff. I've been a little scattershot to get a feel for what I enjoy. And you know, the game lets you do that, and to do that, a lot of times you have to redo content because you know, it's really, I think it's geared towards someone who's focused down a specific path. So if you do like scattershot at the beginning, you'll probably have to redo some quests before you go on to the next zone. But then these are the skill points, and your skill in a certain thing essentially determines what level of weapon you can use. Like, you can see this is a quality 5 sword and a quality 5 blade, or sorry, assault rifle. And so to use those, I need to have level 4. So it's like essentially skill level plus 1 is the level of weapon. So I could actually use a quality 6 assault rifle. I just haven't found one yet. I think I might be able to actually craft one, but it's not that important right now. So let's do another quest.
Now the Walking Dead? I can wrap my head around that. They're dead folk, just walking is all. But those other things? Tall and pale, slimy as maggots. They washed up with the fog. They came and dragged the townsfolk out to sea. Drowned them. Just like my dad with the kittens. He took them out to sea in a garbage bag. Said they were gonna go for a swim. Said they needed the exercise. They never came back. A few years later, neither did my dad. Jeez, I still miss those kittens. The townsfolk, they did come back, dragging what looked like eggs. The big ones, they come out of those eggs, like something from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're littered all over the place and guarded, and I'm thinking to myself, Andy, that's gotta mean something. That's gotta be a clue. Why keep an eye on something if it ain't valuable? That's police work. That's deduction, plain and simple. So I'm thinking, what came first, the maggot or the egg? Obviously the egg, right?
So there doesn't seem to be any penalty for falling from heights. So, whee! Again, depending on the quest, it may or may not show you exactly where to go. Like, these types of quests do, but there are investigation quests that you really need to go and figure out the clues for. Let's see, I'll pick this up while I'm going by. Nice. I need to deliver a package. Oh, it's kind of way out of the way, so I'm going to finish up this quest over here first. I'm going to go to the harbor. Uh-oh. So there's some AoE and some direct damage stuff. I'm doing mostly AoE. Alright. There, so there's two kinds of resources. Let's see, if I shoot that person, there'll be a resource that shows up that's associated to both weapons. And so the general idea behind combat is you just build up resources for your weapons, and then you use finishers, which use those resources. So, like the weapon resource finisher I have is this one, and then the blade resource finisher I have is this one. So you'll see me use essentially these two builders depending on whether I'm close or at range. And then once I'm at 5 resources, I'll use that, and once I'm at 5 resources for the weapon, the assault rifle, I'll use that one. This is a heal. This is like a damage mitigation cooldown thing, and that's a stun. So you can see there, assault rifle resources, I've got 3 built up. Now I've got 5 built up. I'll come up, stun, it's the blade finisher, and the rifle finisher. kill two of these guys at once. Need to find some of those pods. I think there's some over here. There we go. I was hoping to find a lot more. Alright, one more. Here, pod. You can actually swim, even though none of this water is deep enough for me to need to swim in it. Oop, 2 pods. Oh my god, pod smorgasbord. Alright. Kill some of these. Taking some damage here. Run away! I do have my heal, and I'll use it now. Alright, and usually out of combat you heal up pretty quick. One more to go. Reminds me of that Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode about the Brood Witch sandwich. Generally, my incessant circle strafing doesn't actually help anything. But sometimes they do have effects that you need to dodge. Not this time, though. Kind of Cthulhu-esque looking dude. Assault rifle's nice because it has really good range. I think it may have the best range in the game. There's a big AoE, which can be a real pain if all you have is melee abilities. Some nice artwork. Love to have a little mini version of that followed me around. So we'll send in a report, get some reward that I'll just get rid of. And get more experience. Yay. So, other than running around and doing more quests, that's kind of the basics, like, quirky, funny, odd people all over the world. Some pretty interesting combat and experience mechanics. Some of the stuff could be pretty rough to solo, so it's really nice to at least duo a lot of this stuff with someone else. And I think that's pretty much it. It's totally worth a try. delivered the package. Another one. So I have 23 AP, so if I even knew what I wanted to work on at this point, I might save up for Red Mist, which is really nice attack. I'm kind of torn right now. I'm used to having a lot of alts, but since you can do absolutely everything with one character, this is a map. You can see all the different characters, all the different quest givers, where they are. You can set your own waypoints if you want. There's a kind of a coordinate system as you'd expect. Guy at the church is kind of funny, so I'll head over there. It's kind of nice running along. You'll find some quests like that. Little slice of life sort of stuff to do while you're running away from zombies. Nice. Ooh. Nothing like some good fresh squid. Let's see where these squid boxes lead. Well, onto that porch. Well, zombies do like some squid too, apparently. Mmm. Oops. Oh, he is really mad about people eating squid. You see some models reused, essentially the same guy I fought 2 seconds ago, except he has like blue highlights instead of green highlights. Because, you know, that's how they tell each other apart in the ocean. They're neon undercarriage colors. Ooh, okay, so then there are these things. Which are little lore things, but you need to figure out how to get up there sometimes, and that's pretty easy to figure out because apparently... Are you biting me? Sometimes it's harder to figure out, and sometimes it's not so hard, so... I might need to do... No, even the jump isn't that hard. Alright, that's too bad. So, these are kind of scattered all over the place. You don't see a lot right now because I picked most of them up. But they show up here, and it just gives you more background lore about the game. It's about the boat that's out there, which is part of the main story. So that's pretty cool. No worry about falling damage. Whee! a bit of a haul to get out there to see him, so I might talk to the priest first, just to give you a feel for that guy. Ugh. When will they ever learn? Silly zombies. So I have a very solo-friendly build. Has a lot of health regen abilities. You can see those green numbers. A lot of my attacks apply leeches or self-heals, which makes it a lot easier to solo. So here's another weird dude. You can see I've done all his quests, but I'll just redo this one, which is, I think, pretty quick.
Blessed are the meek, but doubly blessed are those who do the Lord's work boldly. It is through His grace that we find sanctuary in His house, when His house is besieged by zombies. Not to belittle the Lord's work, but perhaps the Illuminated Ones made this place a safe place through some conjuration of theirs. Blessed by the Lord, of course, or at the very least tolerated. Whatever the providence of our sanctuary, it extends no further than the doorstep. Even the cemetery spills over with the devil's spawn. I've tried prayer, I've tried my 44, but Satan's wearing Kevlar, and Bible thumping just pisses them off.
This sort of things where it's nice to have some ranged attacks. I just want to pull a bunch to the church door, so I just fire a shot, back up, and they melt. Need a few more. Did they give up? Yeah, don't give up. Come on. You can do it. Come get me. Yay. Oh. Alright. So now this quest is really easy. You just have to find all the Illuminati symbols around the outside of the church. Uno. Dos. There we go. I'm just going to do a little drawing the symbols. I'm going to get knocked out. After I do the last one, this big dude's gonna come after me. Uh-oh. So you figure usually you'd be getting half this much experience. I'll try to create maybe a healing talisman really quickly. I think I have mostly health ones, which is why my health is so high, and I could probably use some better healing stuff. So there's a lot of really good stuff online. And I'll make a major one. Here's some stuff I picked. You can see quality 2, disassemble. Quality 2, disassemble. Ooh. Huh. Oh no, how'd that get in my inventory? Put that back on. You can see all these different runes do different things when you create an item. And to make a talisman, and a healing talisman requires dust. So, which is like the weakest one that I have. 5, 5, 4. I'm going to turn the neck into a healing talisman. So I need a talisman toolkit. And I need it to be level 5. Do I have any? Glyphs are these, and glyphs you combine with weapons. You can see none of these have slots to put a glyph. But when you make one, they do. Yeah, let me disassemble. Such a goddamn mess, this inventory. I had a quest that I got these on, but now it says I can't throw it away. Please. One sec. Board games. Damn it. Okay, dust. So, for each of the different items, you need to arrange these things in a different structure. So, for a neck, it goes out 5 wide, and then four deep, and that goes goes there, that goes there. And you can see when you have something that will actually work, because that becomes green. I need to put a tool in there, so I guess I'll put that one in there. I can't wear it yet, but I'll be able to wear it soon. There. So I made a talisman. As I mentioned, you can see it has an empty glyph slot, so I can put a glyph in there that does something useful. I kind of need to have more hit rating so that my blows stop glancing. And so let's see if I have anything that'll add hit. Crit. Crit, I think the hit ones, yep. I guess you cannot add hit to a talisman. Damn it. Oh. But I can add crit? Boy, that's a little weird. Oh. What the hell? Huh? Alright, let's try this. Weapon toolkit, talisman toolkit, weapon toolkit, talisman, glyph. Oh, right. Already. Huh. Alright. That's fine. I'm not going to do anything to it. I don't think you ever, like usually when you add a glyph to something, you don't have to add something else in there to actually apply the glyph. You just put the item and you put the glyph and you're like good to go. But that doesn't seem to be... I think there's only certain type of glyphs that you can use. I'm pretty sure it's not that, like, you don't need that. That's to actually make glyphs. Anyway. So once I get... That requires Talisman Skill 5. So I'll need to level up this, so I need 2 more skill points to raise my Major Talisman skill to 5, and then I should be able to wear it. Let's reorganize that. That's it for the secret world for now. Now I'm gonna do me a little bro force. Just picked it up today. Exit.